to do it all over again, I would move so much faster. I would get a product to market so much sooner because as a coach, I was working one-on-one with people. What I didn't realize was that if I took the information that I had and the expertise that I had gained and I turned it into an online course, I could affect thousands of people very quickly. One-on-one, you can only work with so many clients at a time. I maxed out, but I've sold a course to thousands of folks who have benefited so greatly from that information and have been able to affect change in their own lives. And some of them have gone on to be my one-on-one clients, and some of them have been totally satisfied and gotten everything they wanted. But I waited years after I started my online presence and had amassed a following to create a digital product. And the lost opportunity for us financially was in 6 figures. The lost opportunity for the people who I could have been serving at a deeper level. Like, I just had this story that I wasn't there yet. I wasn't an expert enough yet. I didn't really know fully what I was talking about. And as soon as I released that product, I was so nervous even to launch it. I had a story that it had to be the perfect launch, and there's a right and a wrong way to launch things. And a friend of mine said, you know what? Don't even do a launch. Don't do an email launch. Just change the description of your YouTube videos. Put the link to the course in a couple of your YouTube videos and see what happens. I changed the description of the YouTube video. We got the first sale within 30 minutes. And I was sitting in the back of an Uber actually on the way to the airport when the sale came in. I got the notification and I pulled out my laptop in the Uber and I started changing every description on YouTube, one after another until I got on the flight, like literally up until the moment that the flight took off. And when I landed, we had made more sales. And by the time I woke up the next morning, we had made more sales. And I mean, it was incredible. It was a huge rush, but also I was like, what the heck was I waiting for? I could have been doing this the whole time. Our average customer finds me online through YouTube or TikTok, sometimes Instagram, and they get some information from me. You know, usually my videos are solving some sort of problem or maybe teaching a sexual technique. Then they decide that they either want to purchase one of our online courses or apply for coaching. So I have a group coaching program as well that I hired a coach to run for me. And so the typical customer journey is to become aware of me and of my coaching through YouTube, and then to either download a course or to apply to work with me and my team. I would say that we figured out our marketing tactics and strategy sort of backwards. And by that I mean, I tried to just answer the need of the person who I was serving. And so because I realized very quickly I couldn't coach everyone that wanted to work with me, they couldn't afford me, I didn't have the time, the need to create an online course emerged organically. The need to create a coaching group where I could serve multiple clients all at the same time also emerged organically. And then at the time we were putting together the pieces like, oh, we should be doing some email marketing to support the course and to support the creation of the YouTube videos. All of our marketing was totally organic from the jump. And all of the I was picking up tactics like have a free guide and a lead magnet and just throwing things out that I thought would be useful to the end user and then testing them. One of the best things about coming from a research background is that I really understood the need to test everything. And I understood the need to do some trial and error and to collect data. I love data. It's probably my favorite thing about existing on the internet is the analytics, because I want to know that what I'm doing is actually being effective. And so the opportunity to A/B test subject lines in an email or to A/B test thumbnails in a YouTube video, like that is so thrilling to me. I get really excited about it. So it was just a really organic process that we figured out the internet marketing. We also figured out how to get organic traffic and how to serve. You know, one of the most interesting pieces for me has been how to create quality content. Because at first it was just me and a camera, and I had all of this information on all of these various subjects related to sex and sexuality. And so I would write down a bunch of ideas. What did I want to talk about that day? And I would just hit record and go. There was no outline, there was no structure, there was none of that. It was just me talking on subjects that I knew. And then over time, I realized that the content wasn't quality content. It was effective. Some of those videos actually have millions. Some of the best, most viewed videos on my channel are the ones that I just hit record and started speaking. But I realized from a perspective of providing education as well as entertainment and really helping people to absorb that content and make it useful and valuable, I did need to add a structure. So then I started to overlay a structure into those videos. And then I would look at the analytics and see where people dropped off in that structure. And then I would tweak it over time. A lot of people that I have spoken to about starting their own YouTube channels in particular are very afraid to see themselves on video. I have bad news for everyone. You will probably never really like how you look on video. Even today, years later, millions of views later, I'm very critical of my nose. I took voice lessons because I was very critical of my speaking and how I breathed when I was on YouTube. And I have gotten better, and I don't look at myself and pick myself apart. I don't read the comments because I know that the internet knows I have a crooked nose. I've known I had a crooked nose my whole life. I don't need more validation to the crookedness of my nose. I'm on it. But it became a gentler process. And I was able to hold a vision for myself of getting better without bringing myself down or being critical of myself in the process. And that's something that I just had to learn over time and collect feedback and lovingly watch my videos, but also look for the opportunity to constantly be improving. So I started the YouTube channel and I was not posting very regularly, which is the key to being successful online is consistency. It probably took me 2.5 to 3 years before I created the course. I created my first video course and it took me 6 months after I completed it to actually soft launch it. And when I look back on that, that was probably the better part of $100,000 that I didn't earn because I was sitting on a finished product. And that was 2 years ago now. So started the channel about 5 years ago, got really serious about it 3 years ago, and have just seen steady and consistent growth ever since then. Launched the product around the same time we got super serious about the channel, and launched 2 additional products after that. My business model now is about 50% info products, and then the other half comes from the coaching and the services that we offer. And then I also make, I guess, a percentage in being an affiliate and being an influencer. Although I don't like having anyone else have any creative control over my channel. And so if I do an influencer video, it's because I very earnestly believe in the product and the company was willing to give me control over what the finished product was really going to be. I get approached to do influencer stuff all the time, and in the sex industry especially, because a lot of these businesses can't actually pay for traditional modes of advertising. But for me, I'm an artist and a scientist, and it's way more important for me to have final say than for me to collect a few $1,000s here or there. The amount of money that I get offered as an influencer and as an affiliate is pennies compared to what I can actually generate myself through my own courses and through coaching services.